I know that some mothers will say that the pain of childbirth makes them forget the experience, but I don't even remember being pregnant. Hell, I don't even know who the father would be. One day I was living my life as normal, and the next day I just suddenly had a kid. Not just that, but what used to be my spare bedroom is now a nursery. I don't remember buying the crib, or the changing table. I don't remember painting the walls a pale pink or hanging the mobile. I don't remember any of it. Other people seem to. My mom calls and asks about how me and the baby are doing every day, now. My friends still talk about my amazing baby shower. My boss was surprised when I showed up to work. She assumed I was going to take at least a month of maternity leave. That's actually how I first found out I'd even had a baby. When I walked into work and she asked why I was there. Because it's a Tuesday. I responded, confused. Lauren, you gave birth yesterday. Nobody in their right mind would expect you to come into work today. Who is even taking care of the baby? Go home, she urged. I frowned. What are you talking about? Giving birth. I wasn't even pregnant. My boss's face softened, though she still looked concerned. Lauren, I think you may be confused. It's okay, it happens to some women. We already approved you for a month of maternity leave. Go home and rest. I never applied for maternity leave. My boss sighed. Yes, Lauren, you did. I know you must be tired. Please go home. With that, she turned around and left me at my desk. I debated on staying, thinking it was some sort of prank, but she was right about one thing. I was incredibly tired, and my head was starting to hurt. So I decided to listen to her and head home. By the time I got home, my headache was getting unbearable. I've suffered from migraines in the past, so it wasn't anything new. I headed straight to my medicine cabinet and gulped down a couple Exterin, closing my eyes as I massaged my temples. Suddenly something hit me. As I'd walked down the hall to the bathroom, the spare bedroom door had been opened slightly. I rarely went in there, so there was no reason for this to be the case. My heartbeat quickened, but I took a couple of breaths to try to calm myself down. My house was older. It's possible that some weird shifting or air pressurization had caused the door to pop open. I walked back down the hall to the room, my head and heart still pounding, and peeked inside. That's when I saw it. The fully equipped nursery with a newborn baby laying in the crib. What the fuck? I said aloud. The baby was obviously very, very young. She was staring at me with bright blue eyes, the same color as my own. It seemed as though she smiled when I walked in. Can newborn babies even smile? I always thought that was something that developed later. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I said again, scrambling out of the room. Who was this baby? How did she get here? Hell, how did I know it was a she? I grabbed my phone and called the first person I could think of, my mom. I was ready to start the conversation with something along the lines of, Mom, there is a baby in my spare bedroom which is now a nursery. What is happening? What do I do? But she beat me to the punch. Lauren, how are you? Did you get any sleep? How was Sophie's first night? I didn't respond. I didn't know what to say. I was in shock. Obviously, my boss and my mom both knew about this baby. Why didn't I? I don't know. I finally managed to stammer. Oh honey, it can be hard at first, but I promise it will get easier. Do you want me to stop over later? Yeah, sounds good, I said, defeated. I just hung up the phone. I walked back to the spare bedroom. My headache was getting excruciating at this point and causing my vision to swim, but I didn't know what else to do. There she was. Sophie, I guess. I walked over the crib, and even through my blurry vision, I could see her bright blue eyes following me. I sat on the floor and we stared at each other through the bars of the crib. Who are you? I asked. And then everything went black. The light is bright. So bright. Even with my eyes closed, it's like staring into the sun. I'm horizontal, but I can't feel anything under my back supporting me. Actually, I can't feel anything at all. I try to open my eyes, but the light is blinding. I immediately shut them again. I briefly think that I should feel some type of alarm, but I'm extremely calm. I feel more peaceful than I have in years, possibly ever. My hair falls below me and sways in a non-existent breeze as I feel myself rising upwards. I smile as I take a deep breath. Even the air feels more pleasant in my lungs. Everything is good. Everything is good. Lauren, sweetie, wake up. I grumbled and opened my eyes slowly, seeing my mom's face peer down on me. There you go, sweetie. You must not have gotten much sleep last night. You fell asleep on the floor of all places. I slowly sat up as my mom continued. Let's get you to your bed. I'll take care of little Sophie while you rest. I simply nodded. My head wasn't hurting anymore, but I was groggy and confused. My mom helped me up into my bedroom. I climbed into my bed and snuggled under the covers. Let me go make you some tea. Do you have any cramping? Would you like a hot water bottle? I couldn't be caught without one the first few days after I had you, my mom said, brushing a piece of hair out of my face. I mumbled something about being fine before snuggling deeper into my pillow. I'll get one just in case. And with my mom left my bedroom, I took a deep breath and tried to piece together what was going on. There was a baby in my spare bedroom. Her name was Sophie and she had my eyes. My boss and my mother both seemed to know about her, but I had no idea where she came from or how she got here. I tried to think back to the day before. I felt like I remembered going to work and attending my aerobics class like usual, but the memory was fuzzy, like it was a false memory I was just planting into my head. In fact, everything I tried to remember from the near past seemed to have a haze over it. Was I going crazy? Had I really gotten pregnant, had a baby, and just completely forgotten about the entire thing the next day? I knew that there were stories of women developing postpartum psychosis from my psychology classes in college, but I also knew that it was accompanied by thoughts of hurting either yourself or the baby, and I didn't have any of those. At least not yet. I tried to shake off the last part of my thoughts. I didn't want to think about any possible not yet. My mind fumbled around with my thoughts as I lay in bed. I was only vaguely aware of my mom re-entering with a cup of tea and a hot water bottle, and me thanking her for it. I think I also remember her standing at the door and looking at me with a bit of concern before turning off the light and going off to care for the baby. But I don't know what I remember anymore.